You know, as Microsoft's new strategy is becoming more and more evident clearly, and will probably present the full evidence that the whole slate is just going to be releasing simultaneously on Xbox and PlayStation, and probably in many cases Switch 2. We'll probably know that after the Xbox quote-unquote showcase, because obviously, again, and I'm using the word obviously quite a lot here, it seems pretty apparent that Microsoft didn't want live showcase because, you know, people are going to react poorly to seeing PlayStation logos and things like that. So for a company that fails to see like things like, oh, hey, let's raise our prices on our products, knowing darn well that Sony's going to lower theirs in a week, you know, for a company that failed to see that, they sure were able to see that fans would react negatively to seeing PlayStation and Switch logos on beloved Xbox exclusive games. So we'll see how this all pans out for Microsoft soon enough, but I want to get into this video. What's up, everybody? I'm Crap Gamer. This is Crap Gamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. Please like, share, subscribe. I would definitely appreciate that. It means a lot to me personally, and if you guys are looking for daily content, gaming content, tries to be fun yet informative, then you know what, you found it. So I try to do that, and I try to just have a good time with it, and you guys are usually pretty on the ball with it. So if you have something that you would like me to talk about, let me know, and I will try my best to actually cover that. So with that being said, with Microsoft's new strategy comes the idea that, you know, Xbox itself might become less relevant to gamers, less relevant to developers, and I think that's the real issue, is the developer things. Like, you're not getting that mind share. Now, we know when Grand Theft Auto 6 releases, it's going to do huge numbers on PlayStation, right? The game itself already was captured, the trailer, on a regular PlayStation 5 and looks incredible. So that's mindshare that you can't buy, right? Again, that's something that if Microsoft really was interested in selling Xbox consoles, they would probably have done something to finagle a way to get Grand Theft Auto 6 shown on an Xbox. One of the most popular games recently has been The Witcher 3. Came out, what, a decade ago? Wow, time flies, man. I'm so old. But anyway, we saw Witcher 4 tech demo at 60 frames per second with ray tracing on a base PS5 model. So why this is incredible, yeah, the game will come to Xbox or whatever, but it's already at this stage, which is just purely a tech demo right now, is getting shown off on a PlayStation 5. Can you imagine how incredible that is? And it looks pretty good. You know, like I said, I was a huge Witcher 2 fan. I was like one of maybe the only people. It was a console exclusive on the Xbox 360. I pre-ordered it, bought it day one. It came with a cool little keychain from GameStop. Loved that game, right? And I think one of the reasons I loved it, it was quite simple. It was much more linear than Part 3. Now, Witcher 3, I liked it, but it just was so vast, I never even got around to finishing it, because it just seems like it was designed to like suck up your time, and I just did not have the time to go and do all the stuff in it. I'm sure that it is a incredible game, but for me, it just does not make sense to spend all that time on that. Now, what's interesting is now this game is probably years away from release, but it's already being kind of associated with the PlayStation 5. The technological showcase set in the world of Witcher 4 running on PS5, ray tracing enabled. And CD Projekt Red confirmed that what was shown wasn't Witcher 4 gameplay itself, but a tech demo set in the Witcher 4 world, saying it's a tech demo and first look at the cutting-edge technology powering the Witcher 4, but not the Witcher 4 itself. It showcases the foundation we're building close to collaboration with Epic Games to push open-world games further than ever before, and the core systems and features we're developing using Unreal Engine 5. We're really proud of this early milestone and excited to give you a sneak peek at some of the cool tech like UAF, nanite foliage, smart objects, ML deformer, and fast geo streaming that are helping shape the future of Witcher. Well, again, The demo showed Ciri, the protagonist of the next game, exploring a town in the land of Kovir, which CD Projekt Red confirmed will serve as the setting for the next game, and interacting with NPCs. The demo was used to highlight the power of Unreal Engine 5, which can render significantly more complex scenes while costing less than the power perspective. Unreal Engine 5 can also build far more complex sets for players to explore, as shown off via a market. And I'm going to link this so you guys can check it out. Epic then showed off the game's animation system has been redesigned. Use an example of Ciri getting on her horse. No matter which angle the player approaches, the horse from the game will adapt to produce a bespoke animation that looks natural. It says, we started a partnership with Epic Games to push our open world technology going forward, according to CD Projekt Red CEO. To show this early look at the work we've been doing with Unreal Engine, targeting 60 frames per second on a base PlayStation 5 is a significant milestone and a testament to the great cooperation between our teams. We're far from finished. I look forward to seeing more announcements and inspired technology from this partnership as development of Witcher 4 on Unreal Engine 5 continues. So again, the first trailer for Witcher 4 was shown at the Game Awards in December of 2024, revealing that the game will follow Ciri, last seen in The Witcher 3. In an interview with VGC, narrative director Philip Weber said he knew the decision to change the series would be controversial with some fans, and that the team wants to prove it was the correct choice for the game. He said he understood where the negativity was from some fans coming from, as he also loved playing as Geralt in the previous games, and said that some fans think that that's a valid concern that the team wants to address in future reveals. He said he thinks definitely knew it could be controversial for some people because, of course, in the 3 previous Witcher games, Geralt was the protagonist, and he thinks everyone really loves playing as him. He said, I really love playing as Geralt, and so I think they're aware that, and some people think right now that they would still prefer to be Geralt. I do think that's a legitimate concern, so if this is where the concern is coming from, that's valid. The best thing that we can do, and I think this is really our goal, is to prove that with Ciri, we do a lot of interesting things so we can really make it worthwhile, because it's a good decision to have her as a protagonist, etc., etc. So again, that sounds all good and stuff. You're a Witcher fan, cool. You'll be able to kind of enjoy that or whatever, and I think that's awesome. But I also think at the same point in time that it's another big game that's already getting associated with PlayStation 5, and people are like, wow, that's amazing on the PlayStation 5 or whatever. And at the end of the day, that's just basically how we kind of have these things, kind of have these things set up or whatever. So, again, like I said, very interesting to see this. I think it looks gorgeous. Obviously, it's not the actual game itself, since that's still pretty early in production, but the way that they've kind of handled these things, I just, I think that it's just been interesting that everything seems to be just PlayStation, and we don't see much of anything for Xbox, nothing running on Xbox. And then even like PlayStation bundles with like Call of Duty and things is weird, because Microsoft owns Call of Duty, so why on earth would you not have Call of Duty with yours? You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the big kind of question going forward, at the end of the day. And is it going to be worth it for Xbox fans? They're obviously getting a little uneasy. You have the idea that Microsoft already put their handheld on hold, according to leaks and rumors. We don't know how accurate that is, but pretty substantial reports that is the case. Then you also have the facts that every major game seems to be showcasing PlayStation 5 gameplay, which again could definitely lead to Microsoft thinking about possibly getting completely out of the hardware. Even Xbox employees saying, hey, yeah, they're definitely getting out of hardware sooner rather than later. So yeah, with the way all this stuff is going, I do find it significantly interesting. And of course, seeing fans kind of worry, I can understand that, because that was always my biggest concern was, okay, that's great, you guys are doing this and this, I'll still be able to play my Xbox, so that's cool. But at the same point in time, the way that I'm looking at this, it just sucks, because everything that Microsoft does seemingly indicates that they're not interested in hardware whatsoever anymore. So that's a real kind of unfortunate situation as well. But you know, we'll see what happens. Like I said, anything can happen, and Microsoft could, you know, decide, hey, let's change our mind a little bit here. I mean, would people actually buy into it? You know, I don't know. I think they probably changed their mind a little bit too much recently. They seem to change course and direction very quickly, and you know, that's gonna like lose trust with people just as quickly. So, you know, again, do you guys trust Xbox? Would you trust them if they're like, hey, we're gonna go ahead and, you know, we're gonna do exclusives again? I mean, would that be a big deal to you, or would you not even care? Like, I think most people wouldn't believe them anyway. So anyway, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, rack 'em up. Crap Gamer out.